Okay, so I can see some hands up. Thank you, everybody. So yesterday we learned from two amazing and very impactful speakers in person of Mr. Adeboye and Mr. Olatide. We learned about navigating objections with confidence from Mr. Olatide, and we learned about mastering the art of persuasion, techniques for influential sales conversations from Mr. Adeboye. And personally, I learned a lot, and I am sure that every single one of us also had so much to learn, unlearn, and relearn yesterday. And we are going to be finishing the session today with a banger, like an actual banger. We'll be learning from one of the very best in person of our business and sales manager at Land Republic. She's someone that she's a master of sales. She has shown us in time past and continually that sales is something that we can we can do so well in once we put our all into it. She's an advocate of personal development, and that's something I've learned so much about her. And today we are going to be learning mastering the sales funnel and utilizing emotional intelligence in sales, mastering the sales funnel and utilizing emotional intelligence in sales, understanding and connecting with clients. So, there is a sales funnel. A lot of times, it's not just the day you meet your clients that they become your customers. So, there is a sales funnel, there is a way to connect and understand your clients such that they buy and keep on referring people to you, coming back for more and so much more. So today I hope we've gotten ready our pens, our jotters, our notes to write and learn and just ensure that we equip ourselves with so much knowledge to conquer the world. So on this note, I'll be welcoming with utmost pleasure Miss Esosa. Thank you, ma. You can have the floor now.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me, please? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma, we can hear you. We can hear you, ma.
Loud and clear, right?
Very clear, ma.
All right. Thank you very much. So I looked for ways to put these two topics together, and honestly, even one of the topic alone is already very exhausting. So I think I will start with the first one, which I think is very, very key to most salespeople, especially because most of our partners, or let me say a good number of our partners, are already salespeople. And I think if they could really understand utilizing emotional intelligence, it will really help them further spike their sales. So I'll be starting with that, then I'll be rounding off with mastering the sales funnel, how you can convert your leads into customers. So my name is Esosa, but anyone who doesn't know me, and I am humble enough to fill up the role of the business and sales manager for Land Republic. I want to say hello to my boss, Dr. Victor Adeshewa Adegbile, CEO of Land Republic, if he's on this call. And I also want to say hello to Ayodeji Ajo, our COO in Land Republic. And every other person, good evening, people. I hope you really enjoyed this session, and I hope that you jot a lot of things down because it really help you. So straight into it, I have a couple of slides. So I'll share my screen right about now. Okay. Please, once you can see my screen, you just let me know. Okay. A moment, please. Here. Can you all hear me, please? My laptop seems to be hanging.
Yes, we are with you. We can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you
Okay.
now.
Can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
Yes, you can.
No.
Okay, thank you. So I have here utilizing emotional intelligence in sales, understanding and connecting with clients. Let me start first off on how this is a very big strength of mine, my forte. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, like it's a huge strength of mine when it comes to emotional intelligence in relating with my clients and connecting with my clients on a deeper level. And this has helped me have more repeat sales and have clients that just keep coming back. And clients who are quite emotional about me, quite emotional about making decisions when it comes to me telling them about a particular property or me trying to advise them. Let me note before going on that nobody will buy something from you if they do not like you, except you are the only person in that niche. Maybe it is you own so much monopoly in that business and they don't have anywhere else to go to. But as you and I know that we're in real estate and real estate is very, very much saturated. So if anybody's buying from you, believe you me that there's something that made them buy from you and there's a like somewhere there. I mean, there's a I like you and I think I can listen to you and buy something from you. They are not your enemies. So now, how can you now further capitalize on that like and go deeper with your clients, which we, of course, translate to more sales? Is what we'll be talking about this evening. Let me take us to definitions. Emotional intelligence is just the ability to perceive and to understand and to manage. Please, whose microphone is on? Please mute yourself. Thank you. So emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, to understand, and to manage your own emotions, and as well the emotions of others. So emotional intelligence is just how you perceive, how you manage and understand and interpret your emotions and the emotions of others. Others here being your clients. So in sales, if you have a high EQ, that's high emotional intelligence, there are a number of things that it can really, really help you do when it comes to your sales activity. Let me move the slide. So I said, in the world of sales, success is not just about having the best product or the most features. It is about understanding and connecting with your clients on a deeper level. And this is where what emotional intelligence comes in. I'll read that again so that I can sink in well. In the world of sales, success is not just about you having the best product or you having the most unique features. It's about you understanding and connecting. You understand your clients, and that helps you connect with them on a deeper level. I know this topic is not the typical how to make more sales topic, the regular and the cliche, but this is also very much attached to your sales. And I would really implore that you listen till the end of today's class. Because right after me, Dr. Victor is coming up to speak to everyone, so and you don't want to miss that. So, emotional intelligence. How will an IEQ help you to connect more with your clients? First off, it helps you build rapport and trust. People buy from those that they trust 100% because when you get to use empathy to understand your client's needs and concerns, when you get to actively listen to their frustrations, this will help you trust. It will help you build trust and also a strong foundation for a lasting relationship. If you keep on having only first time sales, it means you've not built a further and a deeper level connection with your client, because you should not be having only one time sales. I mean, your client should come back. Your clients should do repeat business with you. So if they are not doing repeat business with you, it's because you've not connected with them on a deeper level. So I've explained what emotional intelligence is, and I'm explaining now why it matters in sales. I said, first off, it helps you build trust and rapport. Secondly, it helps you to read and respond to your client's cues. Your clients communicate and they don't just communicate with words. Yes, Even if you are not seeing them physically, your clients do not just communicate with words. Please, somebody should accept those in the lobby, please. Your clients do not just communicate with words, they communicate with actions. And in actions, there are a lot of cues that you can pick up from your clients: body language, the tonality of their voice. All these are communication means. And you should be able to read and respond to these cues, because a salesperson with a strong EQ, with a strong emotional intelligence, can pick up on these cues accordingly and adjust to the approach of these cues. If I'm too fast, please type it in the comments. I know I can be really fast in talking sometimes. Just tell me, slow down. I will slow down so that you really hear me well. So a salesperson with a strong EQ can work and pick up on these cues, these bodily languages, this tonality of voice, and would adjust their approach accordingly. You can be talking to a prospect or a client now, and you are seeing that the tone of their voice has dropped. Maybe you're on a call with them, the tone of their voice has dropped. If you do not just keep firing on you should buy, don't delay in buying, the price is going to go up soon. No, you should not fire on such. The next thing you should be doing now is to find out why they suddenly had a drop in tone, because an enthusiastic client that is really wanting to buy, that might be having certain objections, will not be having a reduced tone. A reduced tone signals that either you have lost the person, or there's just something that you have not answered somewhere. So you need to pause on your selling and giving offers and trying to quicken the sale, by giving a timeline and all of that. So trying to figure out what happened. Why did this voice drop? I will give practical examples as this class proceeds so that you can easily relate to it and adjust accordingly and learn. So if a client is hesitant, like you can feel that hesitation, you might just need to take a more consultative approach and focus on understanding their specific needs. One of my guys in LR, I think it was yesterday or the before, he texted me and said, I have this person. I know that they can buy a pair. And then I'm just talking to them, but the guy is not just responding. And I said, did you ask if he or she really wanted? But did you ask some questions to know if that is what they need? You might feel like, they have money, they should be buying Lagos. But if that's not what they need, no matter what you say, the money is not going to drop. They will always look for ways to either avoid or just keep posting you, and they will not make that decision fast. So when you get to understand their specific needs and you can know these through the cues that they give to you, you respond accordingly to those cues. All right, you don't decide for clients where they should be buying. You ask questions. You are a doctor. If you go to the hospital and a doctor does not just say, you look pale, you should be malaria. No, a doctor asks you a question. Okay, when did you feel this last? Are you feeling this symptom? Are you feeling that symptom? And then as you are talking, they are writing. And then when you are done, if they still don't feel satisfied, they will send you for a test. So a doctor really needs to figure out what's really wrong with you before they can prescribe to you. The same way you are to the clients. You don't just look at somebody and assume that they should buy this. You do what? You ask questions. You focus on a more consultative approach. And this will really help you in closing more sales. The third way in which emotional intelligence matters in sales is navigating objections smoothly. If you are learning, please drop me an emoji, your favorite emoji in the comments. Please, I need to know that I've not lost you all. Drop me your favorite emoji in the comments. Are you all with me? Okay. I think I can see the comments. Give me more emojis, more emojis, more emojis. I've seen about 64 people on this meeting. Nah, these emojis are too small. More emojis, guys. Okay. All right. Keep it coming while I continue. So The next thing I'll be talking about on why it matters in sales, on why emotional intelligence matters in sales, that it helps you navigate objections smoothly. You know by now that objections are a natural part of sales process. They are just very, very natural. There's no complete sales process without objections. Nobody comes to you and say, oh, let me call somebody on this call. God Day or Peter, you should really buy this shoe, man. It go really fit you well. You will first ask some questions. Where they may come from? I don't know what guys ask, but as a lady, I'll first look at the shoe. I'll ask for the price. If I feel like the price is not adding up in my head to what I'm seeing, I begin to say, oh, is it negotiable? All these are objections, right? So for you to be able to navigate objections smoothly, your EQ is very, very important. I mean, it has to be high. And because this can help you address objections very calmly and with understanding. There's some times that you go to the market, and this market women, when you price something on their stall and you are not really budging, you're trying to negotiate, some of them will just say, Tebara. Sorry if I know Yoruba, if I know a Yoruba person, you don't understand Yoruba. Tebara, Emalo. Like, the person is just not calm to listen to your objection. Why someone will be saying, auntie, waiting you they talk, see waiting you they see now, see waiting you they see now. Those are the more aggressive market people. But if you have a high EQ, you will be able to navigate objections very calmly and with understanding. Shout will not make. We are not selling proper items of 5,000, 10,000. We are dealing with thousands of naira, millions of naira here. So you having a very high emotional intelligence will help you be more calm. You focus on the client's concerns. You listen, and you listen to their concerns, and as they are demonstrating to you what they want, you value their perspective. Then you turn their objections into opportunities to further explore their needs and showcase how your products and service can be a solution. Remember, you be calm. Yeah, you be calm. You listen. You understand. Then you find from all they've said an opportunity and a way that you can explore their needs and showcase how your product can be a solution. Another way in which EQ is so important in sales, or it matters in sales, is that it helps you undo rejection with grace. I have a YouTube channel, and one of my topics in sales, I was saying how you can you walk away gracefully when you and a client or a prospect are not agreeing on the standpoint, you're not meeting in the middle. I said walk away gracefully. It's not every sale that you will close, to be very honest. And sometimes it can be really, really painful when you feel like this sale is already closed, and then the client just turns back and just ghosts you, or they're not just responding. But you know what a high emotional intelligence helps you do? It helps you undo rejection with grace. Because sales isn't always a smooth ride. There will be times when you will face rejection. You just have to face rejection more times than even when you close sales. Yes. But emotional intelligence allows you to stay positive, to stay motivated, and to learn from each interaction. It helps you do what? To stay positive, to stay motivated, and to learn from each interaction, so that you just reflect, okay, what would I have done differently on that sale? How would that sale have been different if I had approached it differently? So you'll not be sulking and be feeling bad on the sale that was lost. You will just reflect. You would allow yourself to be positive and motivated, and you would learn from that interaction. So next we're talking about is how to develop your sales EQ, how to develop your emotional intelligence. I've told you how it matters, right? I've explained different ways it matters to you. It helps you do what? Build rapport and trust, read and respond to the cues of clients, navigate objections smoothly, and it helps you undo rejection with grace. So when knowing all this, now you might be asking the next question: how do I really, really develop this sales EQ? How do I have this emotional intelligence when it comes to sales? How can it help me to understand and connect with my clients on a deeper level? I said The good news is that emotional intelligence is a skill that can be developed. Oh, yes, that is the good news. You can develop this skill. Nobody brought it from heaven. You can pick it up, you can move with it, you can learn it, you can get better at it every day. And these are the ways you can get better at it. Number one, you practice active listening. You pay close attention to what your client is saying, both verbally and not verbally. Remember, I said they are both there are cues that are not voiced, right? Their body language, the tonality of their voice, all these things are things that you should pick on as a salesperson. You don't just think of just talking and convincing, you listen to both the verbal and the non-verbal. So you can develop this by doing what? Practicing active listening. Pay attention. What is this client saying? What is their non-verbal reaction? What is their verbal reaction? Ask them clarifying questions and show genuine interest in their challenges. Not that they will say, so company scammed me. When I paid for property, they didn't tell me that I will pay more fee. And you say, well, Land Republic is not like that, oh. Nah, that is not it. That is not you practicing emotional intelligence. First off, you listen, you sympathize or you empathize with them. Oh, I'm so sorry you went through that. You can even ask more questions about it. When did this happen? How did it happen? Give the oh my God. Even if you want to just close the sale, but at least have emotional intelligence. Oh my God, this is so sad. I'm so sorry. Like, how much did you lost? This is so terrible. I can imagine how you must have felt. That is you showing emotional intelligence. Not you just in the opportunity to think that, oh, this is my opportunity to tell them that our own company does not do like that. Nah, you ask clarifying questions and then you show genuine interest in their challenges before you can then pitch what you do. That way, they'll be more open to listen to you. They'll know that you care about them, and then you want them to get a better result. So after you've sympathized or empathized with them, you've listened with genuine interest to their challenges, then you can now put forward the solution that you have for them. Number two, another way in which you can develop emotional intelligence or EQ is that you need to be self-aware. Be what? Be self-aware. You can see it on the screen. I said, recognize your own emotional triggers and how they might impact your interaction with clients. Recognize what? This is not even about clients. Like, what are your own triggers? I would explain triggers in a bit. Like, I would really break it down. We have a part in this teaching where I talk about triggers. You need to recognize what triggers you yourself, because in as much as we are intentional about the clients, we are also intentional about you, because how you react, how you feel will affect your sales. To tell on your sales, it also tell on your own voice tonality when you are communicating sales to a client. So be self-aware, right? You've listened to the clients now. You've learned that part. Now, you should also know that you need to be self-aware yourself. Recognize your triggers and how they might impact your interaction with a client. Number three, develop empathy. I talked about this earlier. Try to see things from the client's perspective. What are their goals? What are their fears? What are their frustrations? These things are very, very important. When you self-reflect on this, when you are intentional about this, trust me, you are building for yourself a high emotional intelligence. Number four, I said refine non-verbal communication. I went to see a client today. I went to deliver some documents to him. He stays in an estate. And when I was coming, he was like, Esosa, don't worry. Whatever it will cost, I will take care of your fare to and fro. Please just let me bring the document to my house. So I took it to his house. And when I got to his house, I dropped from my cab. I have a stable rider that takes me around. I entered the guy's place. We were talking. My usual self. Okay, I think I tell people this, that I'm an introvert. Most people don't believe me. But it's me that knows myself. I'm an introvert. I grew up as an introvert. It's when I began to do sales that I had to take on some qualities that are not of myself, because I know that this my line of business, being introverted, will not give me the result I want. So I had to build some skills and qualities and behaviors to help me perform well in this my chosen line of profession. So where am I going to? I want to talk about how you refine your non-verbal communication. I'm sure that if that you do it, or you've noticed that some people, when they're talking to you, they cannot look into your eyes. They like avoid eye contact. And some people, this is their arc, they wear shades. I'm giving you the arc of some people now. They can't do eye contact, but they know that they really not need to be very, very they need to look very bold and confident. So they just use shades to cover up the fact that they can't look into people's eyes. Yes. So if you cannot, I advise that you get shades. So that way it's looking like you're looking at them, but you know that that is like your coverage. That's what is giving you your confidence. Because you need to be able to maintain good eye contact. When I got to the guy's place this afternoon, I was looking at him straight in the eye. And this guy, at some point, we're talking at a level that I knew that he felt I am a very confident person. My eye contact, my positive body language carried on so much. It gave me a confidence and a friendly demeanor that he told me I need to buy another plot. I'm just telling you guys that these things are looked at. These things can help you in your sales. Your non-verbal communication is very, very important. You need to refine it. Good day. Can you, Labi, good day. Can you please mute your microphone? So I've given you a hack that you can use if you know that you cannot look at people in the eye, because you need to maintain eye contact and you need to use a positive. Can you all still hear me, please? I'm getting a poor network quality feedback. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So you need to refine your non-verbal communication, maintain good eye contact, build. Sorry, one moment. Maintain good eye contact, use positive body language, and project a confident and a friendly demeanor. Nobody wants to deal with somebody that is like very, very not shy this time. I want to use the word not confident. However it is that you feel, it tells on your posture, it tells on your body language. I have a mentor that says that if you want to make a sales call as a salesperson, don't sit down, because it will reflect in your voice. Your voice will not carry as much hair and confidence like when you are seated and like slouched. It said stand up, pace around, because it's your voice will carry it. It will carry your gait. It will carry the fact that you are standing, you are upright. It's just things that might seem little, but they matter. They matter a lot. So by honing your emotional intelligence, you can become a more effective salesperson. You can build a stronger client relationship, and you can ultimately close more deals. Honestly, you will close, not that you can, you will close more deals. Now to the practical example part. If you are still with me, please say, Esosa, we are with you. Type that out. Esosa, we are with you, or you can say I am with you, either one that is more convenient for you. Esosa, we are with you, or Esosa, I am with you. Type it out, people. Type it, type it. I'm not seeing your comment, so I don't want to close my screen. Let me check through my phone. You need to see an Esosa, we are with you, or Esosa, I am with you. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. I do with you, I'm with you, we are with you, we are with you. Okay, thank you. Now let's go into practical examples. I was saying at the beginning of this class that the one topic alone will take so much time, but I hope I can still touch sales funnel. I don't even know how long I have. Now, practical examples on this so that you can relate very, very extensively. Please, your microphone, wherever it is. Zilly King, your microphone, please. Zilly King, your microphone. I think I can mute him here. Let me see. Okay, he has muted. All right, so practical examples of emotional intelligence in sales action. Let me paint a scenario on building rapport and trust. You're meeting a client for the first time and they seem nervous, they seem skeptical, they seem unsure about your company. Now, this is how your emotional intelligence can kick into action. First off, you greet them warmly. You make eye contact. Eye contact. I wish I was on video in this training. I'm really I'm really demonstrating right now. It's like, it's so nice to see me. So you do what? You make eye contact and you give them a genuine smile. As a salesperson, you should always have smiles very far to you. I mean, very close to you. Smiles should not be far from your mouth or from your lips. So you do what? You greet them warmly, you maintain eye contact, you offer them a genuine smile, and you then through your active listening, you pay attention to their body language. And then you ask them open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are questions that are not yes or no questions. They are questions that once you ask, the person will give you more details. The person will have to give you a longer response, not just, are you fine? Yes. Questions like, oh, we are talking about this particular property right now, but what properties do you have in your portfolio at the moment? That one is not a yes or no question. It's a question that will make them talk to you. And once they talk to you, you get more details, you get more information. And the more information that you get from your clients, the more you are armed with what you can use to sell to them. So I said what? You ask them open-ended questions. Then your empathy can come in if you see that they are quite nervous, and you can then assure them that you understand their needs, and then you can now share a relevant scenario or a personal experience to create a connection. I don't know if that sank, if you get that. On building rapports, I made a scenario. I said you are meeting a client for the first time, or maybe you're chatting with them and they seem nervous and unsure about your company. What do? You are warm in your greeting. You make eye contact if it's a physical meeting. If it is not, well, you make sure that you are responding as fast as you can. Let me just put it that way. Then your tonality is carrying a tonality of softness, not harshness. You are polite. That's if you're chatting with them. If you're seeing them face to face, you have a smile on your face, a genuine smile. You check out for their body language. You ask them open-ended questions that will make them talk more and not just give you a yes or no answers, so that you can uncover their concerns. And then if they tell you something that that is one of their fears, you acknowledge it. You assure them that you understand their needs. And then you share a relevant anecdote or a personal experience. Anecdote could be a story that you heard, or you share your own personal experience so that you can create a connection. It's just very simple. A client texts me from the US and says, "Oh, Esosa, somebody referred me to you. I want to buy this property." I say, "Oh, hi, welcome, sir. Okay, so which property are you considering, or did the person tell you about any property?" And he tells you, "Well, not really. The thing is that I'm really scared because I bought like 2 plots last year, and now I was not allocated. And this, that." You say, "Oh my, I'm so sorry. Wow, what company was that?" You can ask that if they're willing to divulge. You can even say, "If you don't mind divulging, can you tell me what company that was?" And then you still do more empathy. "Oh wow, I'm really sorry." You acknowledge it. You tell them that you understand. They cannot share your anecdotes. I had somebody that texted me like this also, and these were the same complaints that the person made. But I assure the person that completely you don't have anything to be worried about. I have done this with over this number of people, and after their first plot, they came back to buy more because they saw that this time around their buying experience is very different from what they encountered. That's you sharing a personal experience. Or you can make somebody else experience your own personal experience, however you want to sell to the person. That will help you build what? Rapport and trust. What I'm saying now, what I've done with certain clients that have texted me for the first time. Now, talking on how to respond to their cues. A scenario now. You are presenting your product to a client, and during your presentation, they keep crossing their arms, they keep looking at their time, they are looking away from you. You don't just keep talking. You don't assume that let me just keep pitching. No. You pause, you look at their body language, you pause your presentation, and you can say something like, I notice you seem to be deep in thoughts, or you seem to be quite distracted. Is there something specific you like to discuss? Or you can say, do you want us to come back to this later? So that this will show that you are attentive to their signals and you are open to addressing their concerns. Not that you just keep talking, that you just be like, let me just talk, let me just finish this presentation. No, you do what? You watch out for their non-verbal cues. Another scenario again, let me make a scenario on navigating objections smoothly. A client expresses concern about the price of your product. First thing first, your emotional intelligence should do what? Understand. Don't dismiss their concern. Don't say, no, now it's not expensive now. How is it expensive? It's not even expensive. No. Instead, you ask questions to understand their budget constraints. You do what? You ask questions to understand their budget constraints. Oh, this price seems so high for you. Okay, what particular budget would you like to work with so that I can recommend a property within that budget to you? So you're not trying to push on them. They've made an objection based on price. Then you ask questions to understand their constraints. From your question, you can even get to know if they can even make that amount a down payment and tell them that they can have a payment plan for so length of time. You can even come to the company and make a deal with the company if it's possible to even give the client a longer time. I'm just saying that when you ask your client's question, you can navigate their objections more smoothly. Then you can then reiterate the value of the product, and now we can save them money in the long run or solve a specific pain point. That's why you can bring in the at 5 months ago, 6 months ago, this property was this price. I understand that the price might be a little bit steep, but looking at the long-term value, looking at what you can can gain long time, you can even put in ROI value. Say in the next 6 months, if you can give a projection, it will do this. So that way, it will help you handle the objections more smoothly than just trying to make them still buy because you feel like they can actually buy when they express concern of an expensive price. Next one, I want to give a scenario on handling rejection with grace. Now, the scenario is that maybe a client now decides to go with your competitor. You've been prospecting this client for a long time, and then finally they now went with your competitor. It can be painful. It is extremely painful. But remember that if you have a high emotional intelligence, you do what? You handle it with grace. What will you do? Thank them for their time and consideration. Give a positive attitude. Don't even act vexed. In fact, still increase your relationship with them. Talk to them more. Say, oh, okay, oh, you've gotten from this person. All right, no problems. That's fine. Express that you hope to work with them in future. Maybe when next you want to make another purchase, I'll be right here. I will by then, the listings I have will totally suit your needs, right? Then you can even further ask if you still want to learn from that experience. No wahala, ask them, oh, will you be open to give me a feedback so I can actually understand maybe there was something I could have done differently when I approached you. There's nothing wrong with it. This just shows that you're a professional and that you are willing to learn and improve. It shows what? That you're a professional and you're willing to learn and improve. I hope you all are with me. Now, I said I'll talk about emotional triggers earlier so that you would understand how these triggers can be like. So I said sales can be an emotional roller coaster. Yeah, it can be really crazy. Today you are doing well, tomorrow the sales have dropped. This month you are selling so much, it's like you are on a goal. It's like you are doing so fantabulous. It's like you cannot be stopped. And the next month is like your sales volume just declines. So sales can be an emotional roller coaster and it can really make you sad. It can make you angry. It can make you feel less of yourself. But why emotional intelligence is crucial for understanding clients, salespeople themselves, they are susceptible to what? Emotional triggers. And these triggers can do what? Can be internal, that means coming from the salesperson themselves, or external, prompted by a client or a situation. So your triggers can be internal, meaning like it's coming from you, or external. That is what prompted by what a client or a particular situation. So I'll be explaining some common emotional triggers that salespeople face, along with the strategies to manage them. If you cannot wait to learn this, say, let's go, Esosa. Just type, let's go, Esosa. Just type that. I like a class that's very engaging, so I'll keep asking you what to engage. Type me, let's go, Esosa, in the comments. If you cannot wait to learn the triggers, the emotional triggers that comes from either yourself or the situation at hand or from a client. Give me the let's go, Esosa, in the comments. Can you all hear me? Wait, I hope everybody can hear me.
I can hear you, ma.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So give me the let's go, Esosa, in the comments. Thank you. Thank you.
It's time, ma.
I'm not done, no. Just give me a
But
few minutes to wrap up this. That means I can't talk about the sales funnel part, but let me just wrap up on this, please. Let me wrap up on this. Thank you. So emotional triggers, I would rush it up now. I hope I can rush it up. So the first internal emotional trigger is the fear of rejection, which we all have experienced at some point. We are scared of being rejected. And sometimes this fear even limits us from reaching out to a client. You feel like, what if I call them and they don't pick? And maybe you call them once, then you don't want to call them again because that first time they did not pick. This will not help you because salespeople, they are prone to taking rejection personally, and they might get discouraged easily. Now, what strategy can help you do this? Develop a thick skin. It might be easier said, but you just need to develop a thick skin and focus on the learning opportunities that each interaction presents. If you talk to this person today and they're not budging, or they just shunned you, or they're not listening, look for something to learn from it so that when next you are talking to them or somebody else, you can refine what you said better. And then if you talk to somebody today and you worked on them, if your pitch worked for a prospect and they buy from you, then take that pitch and pin it somewhere, save it somewhere so that you can try it on somebody else. Something works for you, you keep trying it out at least until it stops working. So when you are rejected, do what I said, develop a thick skin. Develop a thick skin. And sometimes you need to just be overconfident, because success can make you confident, right? On those months that you did well and you got an appraisal, or perhaps your sales figures were so good, on the months that your sales figures are not so good, go back to the months that your sales figures were so good, look at your figures. That can give you a little boost. Then go and continue your sales process. All right, go and do what? Continue your sales process. Then maintain a humble approach and just keep learning throughout your sales process. Don't be impatient. Don't be impatient, because that's another trigger, impatience. Don't be impatient. The sales cycle can take time. In fact, sometimes the biggest sales takes time. You can be on that client case for 6 months, 1 year. So don't be impatient. Sometimes even 2, 3 years. Don't be impatient. Because when you get impatient, you rush the process and you push too hard on the clients, and that can even make you totally lose the client for life. So don't be impatient. What should you do? Develop patience and trust the process. Focus on building a relationship and value first. Give them value. Build a relationship. I tell my guys at the office that is when that person seems difficult to close, when the sale is not closing, that you do what? You get closer to the person. You need to build a deeper relationship with the client. External triggers now, let me rush it up. One is difficult clients. Not all clients are easy to deal with. Some clients are so rude, some are so demanding, and they can make you very frustrated. I've been dealing with one in this past week. The man has been so rude and so demanding, and he has been so angry. But regardless, you need to do what? Maintain a composure and employ active listening. The person is really pissing you off, but you still need to listen and try to de-escalate the situation. We are sorry, sir. I will have it sorted. Don't worry. Just can you let me do this? If you do this, this is sorted. You just need to still try to to de-escalate the situation regardless. Another external can be unrealistic sales goals. That if you are with a company and you're feeling pressured to meet your sales goals, or maybe you even gave yourself a goal and you're feeling pressured to meet the goal, you need to first communicate openly with your manager about your achievable goals. If you're in the company, if it is yourself, sit yourself down and really recraft your goals to make it more realistic, so that you'll not be pressured and then you'll be able to meet up at all with any of your goals. Another external trigger is a competitor pressure. We are in a competitive market, and that can make you as a salesperson anxious. People are dropping bills, your BP is increasing, you're very, very anxious. Oh God, when will I close my own deal? When will I close my own deal? The strategy, what you should do is to focus on your unique value proposition and focus on your strengths. Shut the noise. In fact, if you need to mute the bells coming in, mute it if it can help you focus and try to know how to make your sale. Do that for yourself. All right. Focus on your unique value and your strengths and on your own value proposition. What makes you unique from other realtors? And use your strengths to get you your result, and be patient, remember. So this last one, and I'll round off. I said, remember, emotional intelligence is about self-awareness and managing your emotions. By recognizing your triggers and developing coping mechanisms, you can navigate any challenge and stay focused on achieving your goals. 2, emotional intelligence is about building genuine connection. By using these techniques, you can create a more positive sales experience for your clients, fostering trust and increasing your chances of success. So here I draw the curtain. I'm sorry I couldn't talk about sales funnel. Perhaps another day we would have another setup like this and I can really talk about sales funnel. Thank you very much. Kumi, over to you. Is Kumi there? Maybe depending when she gets back, please, you can ask any question. You can unmute your microphone. You can drop it in the comments. Can you all hear me, please?
We can.
Can anyone hear me?
you?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
very well.
Any questions? I think Kumi is not here. Anyone that has any questions, please ask me your questions, or you can drop it in the comments and I would respond, depending when Kumi gets back to anchoring. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I'm seeing you. Thank yous. So I take it that nobody has a question. Everything I said was well understood.
Sorry, I have a question, please.
Okay, please.
All right, so thank you very much, Esosa, for your time, and thank you for dishing out knowledge this evening. I was so glad to partake of this class. I've been so glad to partake of this training session. All right, my question is, how do you cope with?
Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Sorry,
Yes,
please.
yes, please go on.
All right, how do you
Sir,
cope
please,
with that?
How do what?
Hello. Okay, how do you cope with a client that keeps asking you about your product and it will be like, okay, send me their account details, send me their account details, and you send it a week. The customer has not, I mean, the client has not said anything. You eat them up, they still go back to, I'm just still considering the product. Later that week, they still tell you, send the account number, my phone wiped, you send it again. They still go back again and keep telling you, oh, I'm still considering the products. Something like keep going back and forth like that. How do you cope with someone like that?
it means that there's something more than them just considering the product. You need to ask questions. You just need to ask. You need to know what is up. You need to find a way to ask that question so that you can discover what is really, really up. Because now you can see that it's not the account balance. It's not the account number, sorry. Let me see whether I can bring up a point. I said, look at their non-verbal communication. You need to just call them on phone and try to know. Get your questions set. Questions like, let me see whether I can give you one on the go. Hello, good afternoon, sir. I know that you've been quite busy. I understand you're a busy person, but I just really want to know, is there something you need that property does not have? Or something like, is it that you're not ready for the purchase yet, so that I would know when you are ready and come to you with another offer that can befit your need? You just need to find a way to ask a question that can get them to talk. Because right now, it's not about the account details. It is not about the fact that they are losing their account details. It is that there's something that you've not figured out that is the problem, and you need to figure it out. Are you with me?
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Esosa.
I am. Thank you very much.
My network logged me off like for quite some minutes, so I did not know when the session ended. Thank you so much for that impactful session. We really did enjoy a
Okay,
lot.
Kumi, I think Fisayo just texted that I should still do sales funnel. I don't know if you've gotten a message from him.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to mention, that we could still go ahead with the sales funnel.
Okay. All right. So maybe after that, then we can do the general general question section. But I will rush that. I would really rush that. So what is a sales funnel? Let me just stop sharing. What is a sales funnel? A sales funnel is a representation of your customer journey. A representation of your customer journey from the awareness to the final purchase. That's what your sales, that's what your sales funnel contains. So if you want to master your sales funnel, you need to start from how you acquire your customer, or how you tell your customer about what you do, to when they buy. I will break it down into some key steps. Step 1, awareness. Awareness is the stage where you attract your potential customers by making them aware of your brand and what your brand offers. And this involves you running ads, or your social media presence, or your content, or your SEO optimization. Running ads, maybe like you pay an influencer for ads for real estate, or your presence on social media. Some people, you see that sometimes some people are actually realtors, but fellow realtors, they share their content a lot. It means that they have a strong presence, and this content is helping them. It's helping them make a lot of awareness about their brands. The smart ones among them can even watermark the content, so that when anybody is sharing it, their names are attached to the content. That's the first stage when it comes to your sales funnel, awareness. SEO optimization is there are some people have optimized their searches, their name or their brand name. But if you go on Google and type for that particular need, one of the brands that will show top on your list is their brand, because they've done what we call search engine optimization. And this also helps them create more awareness. Number 2, interest. Once potential customers are aware, the next thing is that you need to pique their interest with your product or your service. And how do you do this? You need to provide valuable content that addresses their needs and showcases how they offer a solution. How your product offers a solution. How can you do this? You engage with visuals. See some people, if you go on Instagram, their videos will stop you in your tracks. You came for something else, but their video is just set in a way that you are just stopped. You just have to just check their visuals out. That's an engaging visual. It could be the hook at the beginning of the video. It could be what they titled the video. It could be the editing of the video. Different things can just stop you in your tracks and make you want to consume their content. And that is them doing what? Piquing your interest. By pique, I mean PIQUE. It could be that they have more information or maybe on a blog, or it could be like they have free trials. As a realtor, you can write a book, a short PDF on maybe important land, I don't use what titles have become so cliche. Something about properties that you know that potential land buyers will want to hear about. And you can then offer it for free for your lead generation to just get more people to come to you. That's you doing what? Piquing their interest. Or you hold webinars, like what we are doing right now. If we're doing this for a more larger audience and we had potential client on it, that is also doing what? Piquing interest. That's the interest stage. The third one is decision. As your sales funnel, the third key part of your sales funnel is what? The decision part. This is where potential clients are now interested. You've made them aware, you've piqued their interest, and now they get to decide. This can help them make a very informed decision. And how can they decide? This is where your testimonials come in. This is where the product USP comes in. This is where maybe the product is by the road. I mean, the land is by the road, or the land, you want to have a commercial part in the estate, or maybe there's a gym layout. These are where those things come in. These are where you're supposed to project those things. This is the part of the sales funnel where you put out all those things. Customer testimonials, case study, make comparison, highlight benefits over that of your competitors. It is in the decision stage of your sales funnel that you put all these things in place. Let me give you a very, very relatable example. I'm sure that a number of you have paid for courses online, all these digital marketers that sell courses, and they have a landing page. When you get to their landing page, what brought you to their landing page first of all is awareness. They did ads. You were aware. They piqued your interest through their visuals, and then you clicked their link to go and make a decision. When you get to their landing page, you will see a bunch of words that are still making you to further be curious about what they do. And the next thing you are seeing after those bunch of words is testimonials, back to back to back to back testimonials. And by the time you are done scrolling through testimonials, you have become so convinced that except you don't have the money, you would subscribe to that product, right? So you can see the way that sales funnel stage has been. You saw their adverts, their visuals stopped you, then you came on to their landing page to make a decision. Then after checking out testimonials, you take what? Action. That's the fourth part of your sales funnel. This is where the conversion happens. This is where they make it easy for customers to purchase. So you as a realtor, this is where the customer is now having talks with you on where can I pay to? Or actions like, can I come for inspection? That's an action too. That's an action. Can I come for inspection? This is where you can direct them to our website also. And from the website, they'll come back and tell you that I've checked the website. I've seen this property on the website. How can I start payments? That is them taking action. So once you post any of your content, add a call to action, book a call with me. Let us have a conversation. Call me on so time. This particular property has this particular month payment spread. How much do you want to make as initial deposit? All these are call to actions. And that's the fourth stage of your sales funnel. Now, the fifth stage of your sales funnel is called retention. After a sale, I noticed that most of you salespeople do this. You just forget the clients. You don't go back. You don't follow up. Like we at LR now, we discover that there are times that a customer's document will be ready, but the sales partner will just not communicate with the customer again. The customer will not be calling LR and say that my document, I will be like, it is ready. You say nobody told them, because the salesperson did not do the retention part of the sales funnel. And that has killed the salesperson's chances or chance to close the client again to get the returning sale. So this is very, very important. Your fifth stage is a retention stage. This is why you should not neglect any customer after a sale. No, you focus on building a longer term relationship because you get to what? Provide excellent customer service. You can even do more loyalty incentives. Send them birthday gifts. Send your top 3, top 2, or top 1 birthday gifts. If it's Christmas or New Year, send them a hamper. This is you strengthening your relationship with these clients. This is you retaining these clients. Offer them exclusive offers. There are times when you might even let go your commission and tell them that, okay, you are getting so percentage off. Meanwhile, you are just using one of your commission to offset it with the company. All these are just things that will help you to further retain a client, right? This encourages repeat business, and they will be your walking testimonial. They will tell somebody else about you. They will bring more clients your way. That's the retention part of your sales funnel. So on mastering your sales funnel, you do what? You optimize each of the stage. By optimize, I mean that you analyze your data, you track your conversion rates. You know, earlier I was saying that if a copy closes a client, write out what you said that closed the client. And if a particular pitch did not close a client, also write it out and then refine it. If something works for you, keep doing it. If something does not work for you, find a way to refine it so that it can work for you. So track everything that you do, track your conversion rate, analyze your data, identify the area you need to improve, and refine your strategy. Do what? Refine your strategy. Identify where you need to improve and refine your strategy. Second thing is your targeted content. Tailor your content to each stage of your funnel. You need to do that. You know, we have 5 funnel stages, right? Number 1 is awareness, 2 is interest, 3 is decision, 4 is action, and 5 is retention. Now, at each of these stages, you need different content for them. The content that sold you for awareness would not pique interest and will not go forward to make them decide. I already told you all of this. Awareness stage, a content that make people know about your product. Interest, engaging visuals, free trials, webinars, free PDFs. Decision making, you put this is where your testimonial comes in, your case studies. This is where your comparison comes in between your company and your competitors. Action parts, you use call to action a lot. Things that will make them just take the next action. And retention, you do what? You build more relationship. You offer them loyalty incentives. You provide excellent customer service. So tailor your content to each of your sales funnel stage. Address different needs and different pain points at each level. A client's need and pain points at the awareness stage is not the same thing when they get to the stage of retention. At every point of your funnel, their needs change, their pain points are different. Another thing you need to note in mastering your funnel is that you nurture your leads. I think I've said this. Nurture your leads. You stay connected with your clients. I mean, your potential customers. These are not your clients this time. Your leads. Stay connected with them. Even though they're not ready to buy yet, don't just throw them off. You can add them to a busy list, and maybe once in a month or once in 2 weeks, you send them valuable information that can make them more knowledgeable about what you do and want to contact you when they are ready. You don't spam them with flyers. They are not yet your clients. You can send your clients flyers of property or flyers of a solar property. But when it comes to your leads, nurture them. Nurture means that they need you to add more value to them. What they need to become your clients is that they need more information. So give them that information. Give them valuable content. Provide them with valuable resources and keep them informed about your brand. As I said, once in 2 weeks or once in a month, so they don't forget. All right. I heard of a story of a man that he nurtured a particular lead for, I think, 2 years. And in that 2 years, every month, he sends that lead an email. So by the end of the year, or by the end of the 2 years, he has sent the leads over maybe like 50-something mails. He was that consistent. He just kept on offering valuable information to that lead based on what he sells. And then he was showing up in the lead's face, telling them that my brand is still here. I still want to work with you. And at the same time, offering information. So this will help you master your funnel. And the last one is what? Track and measure. Regularly measure how your sales funnel is performing. You need to measure it. Because if you are trying your awareness strategy and it's not working well for you, you need to rework it. But if you don't monitor it, you will not, if you don't measure or monitor it, you will not know whether something is working or not. And if it is working, it means I can keep using that content for more and more and more awareness content. So monitor your sales funnel performance, identify the leaks, adjust your tactic so that you can ensure a smooth flow towards conversion. I'll wrap up with this word. When you master your sales funnel, you can attract more potential customers, you can nurture their interest, and you can ultimately convert them into loyal customers who will fuel your business growth, because more customers means more sales. When you can master your sales funnel, when you go through the 5 stages from awareness to interest to decision to action and to retention, and you make sure that you master this every single stage with the kind of content that you put out, if you note everything I've said, trust me, you will be able to convert them into loyal customers over time, and your business, your sales figure, your sales number, your whatever it is that is very important to you will grow. So on this, I think I've done well in summarizing this topic. I will wrap it up for tonight. Thank you so much. Kumi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Miss Esosa. Thank you so much. Like, you've poured out so much into us this evening, and we are so grateful. I believe that I'm speaking on behalf of everybody when we say that we have learned so much from you this night, and we say a big thank you to you. We've learned so much, and in a short period of time, we've been able to impart so much into everyone who attended this class tonight. So, before we move to question and answer, I want us to drop a sentence or just how we feel about the class in the chat box, so that we can appreciate our speaker and let her know that we really did learn a lot. So just write something you learned in the class, or something how you feel about how the class went. Just write something in the comment section so that our speaker can know that she really did impart us tonight. And while we are doing that, we'll be taking questions in a bit, and we'll be using the same pattern we used yesterday. So if you'd be interested in asking questions and you want to maybe unmute and ask your questions, please raise your hands. And if you want to type your questions in the chat box, so I would read it out for you, please do that. So if you want to ask your questions, please raise your hand so that I can call you and give you the mic. And if you like to type your questions, please do that as well. So in the next 3 minutes, we'll be going straight into the question and answer sessions. So feel free to drop your questions or raise your hands if you'd like to ask your questions by yourself.
I'm seeing some questions in the chat. Kumi, are you seeing those questions? Kumi?
Yeah, the ones in the chat box, I don't think they are questions. Yeah.
I'm seeing at what point
Okay.
can one let go of a client?
Okay. So I'm trying to wait for other questions so that we can answer them at once.
All right.
So
Okay.
if you have questions, you can send it to this chat box. You can send it to my DM on Teams, or you can raise your hands to ask your questions. So feel free to ask us if there any question about sales. Like, you can be sure that you are getting a profound answer from Mr. Sosa. So feel free to ask your questions and learn so much more tonight. Okay, I can see somebody's hands up. Okay, Mr. Ayodeji, I'll be giving you the mic now. So if you also want to ask any question, please raise your hand so that I would be able to call you. So Mr. Ayodeji, please go ahead to ask your question. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening, Esosa. Good evening to me. Thank you so much for tonight. I'm really grateful. Please, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can. We can.
Hello. Okay. All right. So this is my question. So I have a prospect, or I have somebody that is interested in buying, but he said not right now. That's what he said. So I've been trying to like keep or build a relationship with him, just sending message sometimes just to keep up and check up on him. But it seems he's not really responding well. So not like he's not responding well. He sometimes he does not respond. Probably he would give me a reply after 3 days or after 4 days. Sometimes we will probably fix a meeting and he will not show up. And after like let's say some days he'll be like he's so sorry for the last time that blah blah blah. Then I'll send him a message and he will still not reply again. So I don't know. Even trying to build a relationship with that kind of person seems hard. So what will you advise me to do in that kind of situation? That's the question.
Trying to build a
Thank
relationship is not hard. Can I reply to that now for me?
Yes, ma, you can.
Okay. So have you tried sending him a gift? Send him a gift if you've not tried that. Sometimes relationship building is not just by mouth or by trying to text regularly. It's by actions. Do the do. Sometimes you need to use your money, use a gift to hook them for them to listen to you. And another thing you need to notice that not everybody's your customer. You cannot close every sale. I hope you know that. And then some sales just need you to keep depositing in it for a long time. I mean, you need to be constantly depositing in it. I talked about patience when I was teaching. You need to be patient. That's one thing that will help you. You need to be patient. So send him a gift and see how that weighs on him. If he has a birthday coming up, get money, send it to him. Send it to him with a wish. And when you send it to him with a wish, don't try to make a conversation and talk about buying again. Just send it and leave it to him and leave it. If you post on WhatsApp, you were engaged. If it's a new month and you're sending your prospect maybe a new month BC, you can make his own personalized. Put his name in it, Mr. This or Mr. That. Just first off, show intentionality about him, right? And over time, if you will not even do business with you, I have somebody like that we didn't eventually do business together, but now I have so much access to him, and the access that I have to him will bet me a lot more than just selling to him. He's so connected. So he told me that he's a grandpa. He does not need land now. I still sent him a gift. And since then, there's no time I call this man that will not pick my call. He's so warm. He has become so warm to me just because I used that gifting to get a relationship. So even if he will not later, if he will still not later buy from you, you've opened a path for yourself that can help you to gain more from him over time, as long as you are not in a hurry. All right. So I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you so much. Yes, you did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So, the question here says, at what point can one let go of a client after using every means of conversion possible? Like, what is the time frame when you say, okay, I have tried on this client, on to the next? So that is the question of Mr. or Miss Oluwagbemiro. So, Miss Esosa, please, you can go ahead to answer that question.
Okay. So I do not agree that you let go of a client. I said it before that what might be stopping somebody from patronizing you is just that they have an objection you've not answered. Another thing is you need to build a deeper relationship with them. I said it again that some people can be in your sales funnel for 2 years and they will buy from you after 2 years. What you just need to do is to be strategically in their face. All right. Have a BC list for them. If you can do personalized, that would be fantastic. Once in a month or once in 2 weeks, send them valuable content as regards what you do. Once you do that, in a new month, have a new month message sent to them as you want it. If you see their statuses on Instagram or WhatsApp, engage. If you can still send a gift to the person, please do. Because most of the time, you might just need to build a deeper level of relationship. That is where your emotional intelligence comes in. We are all emotional beings. There are those that can be texting me on WhatsApp that I might not even give cognizance to their text. But when they begin to engage my statuses, like we all are emotional. Or maybe I post on Instagram and they are one of the first to react. If I'm seeing 100 messages on my WhatsApp and I don't intend to reply anyone soon, but that person's message pops up, I will be more intentional about that person. Because why? The person has deposited in my emotional bank account. They show that they are intentional about me. So I, in turn, it is just natural. You will just want to reciprocate. So that is just it. You just need to build what? More relationship. Because you will also react the same way. But look at what I do. Look at the analogy I just gave now. The person started commenting on my status post. They gas me up when I post a picture or post the content. They are there. They are engaging. When they are texting me for anything, I will reply, even if I'm ignoring other 100 chats. That's what you need to do. Don't let go of them. Just focus more on building a relationship. And over time, like I told the first person, if they don't buy from you, they will tell somebody else about what you do. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. I am motivated again not to give up on my prospects, and I'm sure every one of us here are motivated as well. And we have another question that says, how do you convince or what do you tell an Igbo prospect who is scared of investing in Lagos property because of the fact that the government are demolishing and seizing a lot of properties in Lagos? Also, how do you change over familiarity with certain people so they can take, I guess there was an omission there, so they can take your business or advice serious? So these are two questions. The first one is about how do you convince someone about government hijacking your land, and the second one is how do you change over familiarity with some people so they can take you as a business person serious. So, Mr. Sister, please go ahead to answer our
All
questions.
right. So the first question about convincing an Igbo person, I think I get this question every single time we hold a session like this. People are always on Igbo clients, Igbo clients, Igbo clients. There's no one answer to this. Neither is there one template that once you tell the person immediately, sharp, they'll just drop the money. No. It still tells on your emotional intelligence. Your emotional what? Intelligence. Let me see whether I can quickly go back to that slide. Okay, I don't have it here. I wanted to explain something. You just need to be more what? Empathetic. Don't dismiss what they say about government demolition. Don't try to be what's that word? To want to this word I'm looking for. To want to defend, like you are trying to act like yeah, it happens. Defensive, yes, don't be defensive. Yeah. You need to first listen. First, empathize with those that it happened to. Have a discussion. Talk to me about it. Like people are just having a discussion without you not wanting to sell to him, right? Then when you get to that point, when you've done that, in the course of your discussion, you can now educate him on why some of these buildings are being demolished. Talk to him about it, about how some people do not go and check if a land has been taken before they build. If government has marked particular property land before they build on it. Talk to him also, let him understand that sometimes politics has a play in this thing. Or be very sincere in your conversation with this person. Do you understand? Talk to the person, talk to him, empathize, then have a discussion, educate him on these different things, different reasons why this thing happens. Then after you've done that, you can now put in that the company that you partner with, you are sure about how they go about their processes, how they go about incurring their properties. And when you are done, make it open to him that if over time he decides to, there's no problem, that you will keep in touch. You would update him on how the property development keeps going. And when he decides to make a decision, you will be here to take his purchase. You'll be here to guide him on the journey to make the purchase easy. And again, do what? Keep staying in touch. Keep sending valuable content about wherever you're trying to sell to him. As after you have discovered that he really wants to buy Lagos, so keep sending valuable content on that maybe once a month, and then keep being in his life, keep being around him, keep making sure that you are depositing his emotional bank account. Over time, like I said, he will either buy from you or refer to you. As long as you know that your actions will definitely, your actions will even bet a reaction. It's not very few times that you would try to be send the client something or be more intentional about them that they will not reciprocate back in one way or the other. So I don't think the odds outweigh the evens to do that, as I've said. And over time, be patient too, and you will get a result over time. I hope I've given you a satisfactory answer that would let you know what next to do. Then there's a second question. Please, can you remind me that question for me? For me, you're muted though.
The second question says, how can you ensure that like how can you change over familiarity to ensure that these people take your business and whatever advice you are giving them serious? And to be honest, I really can relate to this person's question, because for some people they just feel like how are you in that position to maybe like give them the genuine kind of consultation they need. So I think that's what this person is trying to say. How do you change over familiarity to make people take you serious, or maybe a particular set of people take you serious and your advice and all of that?
Okay.
Please, sorry, ma. Please
Let
minute.
me.
Please, if you have any
Okay.
question, please, if you have any other questions, please drop your questions in the next 1 minute. There's just one more question I've gotten in my DM. So if no other question comes in the next 1 minute, I'll take it that nobody has any question. So thank you, Mike. And go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Kumi. So first off, I want to say that in as much as some people might be so familiar with you and they don't take you seriously, maybe they're very close to you, they've known you over time, they've gotten to know you even before you began to do what you are doing right now, you can still change that. I think in my life, those people that might have known me even before I got to this stage of my life, that knew me when I was a suffering student, literally. Right now, even my roommates then at the time that I even used to borrow from some of them. Now, when she sees me, okay, one of them, she sees me, she has so much respect for me. When people respect, you see it in their eyes, you see it in the way they talk to you. It's just positioning. How do you position yourself? It does not happen in one day, it happens over time. So it means you need to be consistently positioning yourself. Consistently what? Positioning yourself. And sometimes too, it takes you being unavailable to command respect and to limit over familiarity. It takes you being unavailable and how you position yourself. By positioning is how you project yourself to the outside. How do you carry yourself? How do you talk? What's your carriage like? What are the things that you talk about? What are the conversations that people can find you in? What are the things that people can see on your status when they come to check out your status? Sometimes it might be that things that you post are the things that are not making them take you seriously. Maybe you post real estate and the next time you are posting some kind of very jocular memes, and because of this, they don't take you so seriously. So your positioning, you might need to refine your entire content. You might need to refine your entire outlook. You might need to refine your entire carriage. You might need to become more unavailable. And over time, if you keep on taking on that identity of who you want to be, sit yourself down and say, who do I want to be? How do I want to be perceived? And if you take on that identity over time, you would limit or you totally eliminate all those that are taking you the kind of way that you don't want to be taken. So you need to refine your identity, your speech, the kind of conversations, the kind of convos that people find you saying, kind of things that you put out on your status and also how available you are, depending on, I'm just giving you different things so that you might know what applies to you in what scenario it applies. And if you do these things over time, it will help you to get that kind of response you want to get from those people that are giving you the kind of response you do not presently like at the moment. So I don't know who asked that question, but please let me know if I've answered you satisfactorily, please.
Thank you so much, Ma. Please, if you ask the question, you can just wave or clap so we can be sure that okay, I think that's the person. The person sent a note. Yeah. So thank you so much. And our last question for tonight says that how do you send a gift to someone without seeming like a bribe? I don't know how the person wanted to communicate it, but yeah, that was the question. How do you send a gift to someone without it like directly implying that the reason you are doing this is because you want them to buy from you and all of that? So yes, that's the last question for tonight.
Okay. Um, I've sent gifts to a couple of people, prospects and clients alike, and never has anyone rejected it. And never has anyone told me, oh, I know you sent me this gift because you want me to buy from you. It's just your manner of approach. It's just your manner of approach. That's time I sent gift to somebody that has not bought from me at all. The man I mentioned earlier, it was like Christmas. And I told him, oh, sir, I'm sending out some Christmas hampers to people that I really value and I look up to or that I respect or something like that. And I would like to send one to you, sir. What is your address? He was so willing to give me the address. So back it up with a why, right? No, just don't wake up in the morning and just say, I want to send you a gift. Back it up with a why. Look for an location, look for something that can give you a strong why, so that it doesn't look like you are just acting out of it. So look for a why and please send that gift. It could be that maybe they even come for an inspection. You can still arrange a bottle of wine after the inspection to give to them. Or if they drove down, you can even say, I cannot buy a fuel in your car. I think Dr. Victor has done this one before. And he said it worked for him in converting the clients over time. So look for a why, right? Look for something that makes it make sense and send them a gift. Yes. Whoever the person is, have I answered you satisfactorily or you need more explanation? Please let me know.
Okay, I believe that that question has been answered very well. So we know well that it is not just about waking up one day and sending gifts. We have to understand the context and the kind of gifts to send to a particular person at the right time. So thank you so much for tonight, Ma. Thank you so much to our speakers from yesterday and today, to Mr. Olatide, who put us through how to navigate objections, to Mr. Adeboye, who taught us how to master the art of persuasion, and to Miss Esosa, who taught us about sales funnels, converting clients, creating a relationship with them. And I'm sure that every single one of us who attended yesterday and today, we've learned so much. On a closing note, I would like us to remember that for everything we have learned, we have to put them into action. We have to actually implement them to see a difference in our sales. We cannot do the same thing the same way and expect different results. So we have to ensure that we implement these things we have learned, we have relearned, and even the things that we need to unlearn and develop the new habits, such that these trainings actually show forth in our overall performance moving forward. Dr. Victor was supposed to speak to us tonight, but I do not think he's on this call right now. So I guess we'll be having him some other time. So thank you so much to everybody who was a part of this training. Again, I am sure that we must have learned a lot and we must have noted a lot. And lastly, don't let us forget, put these things into practice and you definitely get results. Till next time, signing out, your moderator. My name again is Jose Oluwakumi. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good night, everyone. You have a fantastic night.